Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. Flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Are there any changes or revisions to the regular or consent agenda? I have an addition. Under new business, we'll add the letter F. Consideration to explore the potential sale of the Putnamville property owned by the school corporation.
I move to approve the regular and consent agenda and amendments.
So, Joe made a motion to approve the regular and consent agendas as amended. Lee seconded. All those in favor, raise your hand. Opposed? Joe.
Sorry. Oh. It was. Can we just vote because of that?
Cancel his vote because of that?
Just have to change it. Yeah, I've let the record show that I changed my vote to abstain.
Thank you. Item 5, recognitions and information.
Good evening. Hey, I'd like to introduce to you Jamie Berkmeyer. Jamie, please stand. Jamie is going to be our new special education teacher, and next to her is Mary Winters, who's been with us for quite a while. She was our special ed teacher, and thanks to the board and Dr. Smith for allowing us to hire that second grade position. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So this is the result of that. We're making some changes there. So we're very, very happy. Mary's done a wonderful job in special education. We're going to miss her in that role. But Jamie started with, Jamie has 3 kids in our corporation. She started as an IA with us. She did a maternity leave this year. She did an outstanding job as a 5th grade teacher. And we're excited to have her join our team. And so congratulations to both of you. Also want to mention that we've hired 2 instructional assistants. They're not here tonight. Samantha Jones and Shania Lyles will both be IAs for us. So we're going to hit the ground running, and we're excited for next year. And lastly, I just want to make mention here to Debbie. It's been a pleasure to work with you. Thank you for all your guidance. It's been a pleasure to work side by side with you. Not knowing much about elementary, you kind of showed me the ropes and miss you. So, congratulations, we're exceptionally happy for you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, all right, my turn. This is a pretty big night for South Putnam, and we're going to start tonight with Debbie, if you'd stay here for me real quick. So Debbie is retiring. Congratulations. We'll definitely miss Debbie. She's done a lifetime here, 29 years. Multiple positions within multiple buildings. I think you said you coached every sport as of this spring, every girl sport Just crossed the last one off just this last season through swimming.
Coach boys swimming, but there was girls there too.
So it's just done a lot of things for South Putnam and developed a lot of multiple generations of students going through here, and so it's been a big part of South Putnam. We worked hand in hand a lot together with the title and the federal grants, and so it's been a pleasure. And so I just wanted to make sure, as superintendent, I acknowledge you and all of the things you've done for South, and we're definitely going to miss you. Don't be a stranger. But thank you very much for all your service to South.
Thank you very much.
And Debbie, we would like to present you with this award and for all your years of service and your commitment to our corporation.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I have been my honor and privilege to serve the South Putnam Community School Corporation. I've made lots of friends, lots of memories to take with me. 29 years went really fast, but I enjoyed every minute of it. Thanks.
Another one some of you may or may not know about. This is a big hit to me at central office and to our entire South Putnam community. But Terry Beasley has submitted her retirement, and fortunately for us, she will be with us for the rest of the summer. We have a lot of things we need to get up to speed on because she did so many things for the corporation. Personally, I'll miss you tremendously. We've grown a lot together over the last 2 years, and you helped my transition into this position tremendously, so thank you for that. But we'll definitely miss you, and just thank you. 30 years of service to this corporation, and we're going to have a big shindig for Terry next time before the next board meeting. It was just, the notice came, I just want to make sure we got into this so we can get to this next stage. But we just can't, you're irreplaceable, and just thank you for everything you've done for South Putnam and for me personally as well. Thank you. Okay, so with that big announcement that I received last week, there's some significant changes that we had to undergo at central office. Terry has physically small but very large shoes to fill as far as positions. And so with that, we are very, very fortunate to bring two ladies up to central office to help us with the day-to-day operations of the corporation. I just couldn't be happier with the selections that we were able to have and the quality of these ladies. Again, Terry's hard to replace. These ladies will do their best to do that. So I'd like to formally announce, some of you know her. She's been around for a while, but Gretchen Wallace is going to be serving as our benefits manager and deputy treasurer up at central office. And Aaron Roach will be my executive secretary and also do our state reporting. And so we're centralizing a lot of services right in central office. So we're very excited to have you two come on board. So thank you. Appreciate it.
5A, financial update.
Me again. All right. So in your packets, you received all your financial reports. We've had several meetings with our financial advisors over the last month, and a very large team meeting earlier this week, actually on Monday. Great news out of all of that is we're still performing well financially. Our cash flows and our debt structures are extremely good, and all on their projected trajectory. So everything's good to go on everything that we have planned. So it was good meetings over these last few months. So just wanted to bring you up to date on that.
Thank you. 5B, legislative update. Joe.
So we have a huge drop of laws that hit and are going to be effective July. Is that right?
Well, I want many of them coming effective July 1.
We kind of knew a lot of these were coming, but the full list was sent out I think a couple days ago, and Dr. Smith sent us all an update. I pulled it out, put it in the document, sent it to us. So some of those things we need to look at are, and Dr. Smith's already looking at these things, but teacher hiring, funding, contract, purchasing, school board candidate filing, which would affect us, financial literacy, that's a requirement or a change in the requirement, teacher education scholarships and safety. Those are just a handful of the 24 pages full of legislative updates we have to look at. So some of them won't affect us, but about a quarter of them would probably drastically affect us. So we'll have to go through those piece by piece, and I'm sure you're looking forward to that, right?
Process.
All right, that's all I have.
So, public comment. Did anyone sign up? Thank you, Carrie. 7A, under new business, review of school reopening plan.
So the first action item tonight, due to ESSA regulations, every 6 months we need to reapprove our reopening plan. The existing plan has served us well. COVID's kind of behind us, but we still have to go through these legal hoops. So tonight I'm just seeking approval of the plan as it exists, and we'll just update the approval date.
I move to approve the reopening plan as presented.
Second.
Holly made a motion to approve the reopening plan as presented. Wade seconded. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. 7B, first reading of corporation policies.
Tonight and in your packets, I bring you 71 more policy updates developed in coordination with Neola. This is only a first reading. It's basically an acknowledgement that we have changes in policy. So we'll revisit and approve in July. So you have a month to go through all 71 of those. We're looking at another round of policy updates resulting from recent legislation. So the legislation that Mr. Roach was just talking about, we will be having policy come out of that as well. So you'll be looking for that here in the next month or two. But those aren't reflected in this round of policy updates. These are just the last round and some updates from previous policies as well. So no action is required tonight. It's basically informational only.
Okay, 7C, consideration of reading horizons.
Yeah, in your packet, you have some overview information regarding Reading Horizons, our Tier 3 intervention reading program. We're seeking approval for the purchase of that, utilizing ESSER 2 funds, which is already approved from the DOE. But tonight, that's not out of my wheelhouse, but Pam Roberts, who is our Old National Trail Special Education Coordinator, she's here to help provide us some additional insight on this.
I think as an educator, I know as an educator, the greatest gift that we can give our children is love and skill of reading. And as a teacher, you watch our children from the very beginning where they start to recognize letters, and then they read words to sentences to paragraphs, and the next thing you know, magic happens and they're reading books. It's a beautiful thing to witness as a teacher. However, there are times when the magic doesn't happen for some of our students. And for a variety of reasons, they miss out. Maybe it's they've moved from corporation to corporation. They've lost education and learning. Sometimes their attention and focus is off, so they've got gaps in their learning. Sometimes they're wired differently, so they are dyslexic or they have learning disabilities where they just don't learn in traditional ways. And so our special education programs do their best at trying to help fill those gaps in. And at South Putnam, our teachers have done a good job over the years, but there's been a missing piece. And that piece is a systematic, research-based intervention program to put in place for our struggling learners. And when Dr. Smith said to me, Pam, there's something our special ed programs need, I met with our teachers, and across the board, we need tools to teach our struggling students how to read. And so he said, would you look into it? His blessing, I was glad to do that. And we looked at a lot of programs, a lot of intervention programs. And one day, Shannon Lutz, our special ed teacher at Fillmore, sent me a text and said, Pam, I am at a dyslexia conference, and there's a program called Reading Horizons that I'm really excited about. Can we look at that? And so that's all. I said, sure. So I contacted the Reading Horizons people, and he sent us. He sent me boxes of material to share with our teachers, and it was important for me to have our teachers buy in on whatever we recommended. I wanted the teachers to be as excited as I was about the program. And so with that, we looked at a lot of programs. Reading Horizons really came to the top on the intervention program that we felt would best meet our needs. It offers a systematic research-based support and interventions, coaching and training, and there's also a new buzzword that you're going to hear reading our laws, the science of reading. And we have 2 state laws now that are saying that we must have interventions in place focused on the science of reading. And probably in your packet of new laws, you'll see House Bill 1558 and House Bill 1590 that are telling us by the fall of 2024 we must have the science of reading in our curriculum as an intervention for students. And so little did I know that we were going to be on the cutting edge. We were just looking at a program to work for our students, and now here we've got a program that actually checks all the boxes that the law requires as well. So I'm very, very happy to introduce this program to you, and it comes with training for our teachers, it comes with coaching, and a lot of materials, and the winners are going to be those kids who perhaps the magic hasn't happened yet, but with this we'll be able to give them the tools to learn to read, and that again is the greatest gift.
Thank you, Pam. When I was looking through the invoice, is it an online program or
It's
is
both.
it okay?
It's both. We get, and Debbie has been instrumental too in helping us with the funding and as well. And Todd, he's been part of the program too. Everybody has. But it is both. It has an online component as well as hard copies of materials to use. So it's both.
And when you say coaching, is that coaching for the teachers?
Teachers.
So they go to a training and then they have someone that can come in and help
They're actually
them?
going to come and train us, and then they will have webinars, and we also have a person assigned to us as that person who is our go-to for any questions, any concerns that we have. So it's got a multi-tiered approach, but they will actually come to, we've got the dates set for training. They'll come in and train our teachers in the program.
And then it was just for 5 years, right?
5 years. We've got a 5-year initial commitment, yes.
So then if it works,
we would have to
then
look
you
at
just extend it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can also, the beauty of it is it can be a tier 1, which is reading for every student. It can be tier 2, which is general ed interventions, and it can be tier 3, which is special ed. So it offers a lot of variety of programs that we could use for students. So we could expand it if we need to. We could decrease it if we need to. And they're very willing to work with us to add, to subtract, to do what we need to do to meet our students.
I saw there's a quantity number, like, so 45, you chose 45. Is that, you can only use this for 45 students?
Correct.
So what are you gonna do if we have extra students?
We can add.
And what if we have less students? Do they give us money back?
Well, probably, I'm guessing that there will be enough students that we can utilize those 45 licenses, even if they're not special ed students. Let's say you have a student who's really struggling. We can always add, if we have a licensed extra, you can add that student. As long as we use our 45 licenses, I think we won't have any problem using that.
But you're pretty solid on 45. I mean,
Yeah, we
looked at the numbers as far as both buildings, and we felt like that was about where we were at, the students that would really benefit from this.
and if there's 50 students or 60, how are we paying for that? what funds?
We still have ESSER funds available.
They also said that they would work with us. I mean, they really worked well with us to get within the price range that we could get. And I know it's a ton of money. I understand. But they also said that they would work with us as much as possible to help if we needed to add licenses to make it so that it's cost effective for us.
You know if their training would go towards the accreditation for teachers for the science of reading? Because I know that by next fall, teachers in the
Right.
elementary are going to have to show
I do
accreditation.
believe it will, and we will check on that for sure. But I do believe that our teachers will be trained because it is being trained in the science of reading. So my guess is yes. That's a guesstimate, but I will double check on that. I know that over 91 districts in Indiana have adopted this program, which tells me that that probably is yes, the teachers will be trained, or they would not be making that kind of a commitment. They also have a statewide partnership in all education centers in Indiana. They're working with the DOE for more info coming soon. So there's a lot of discussion within the state, but at least over 91 districts have adopted this program.
Is it a fairly new program or one that's been around that's just now catching on?
It's fairly new. Fairly new. I don't know. I can't recall off the top of my head how long they've been at it, but it's a fairly new program.
New to Indiana. They've been in other states for a while.
Yeah.
And feedback from other clients that have used it? Did you get any?
They're starting it too. So I haven't had any feedback from other states yet, or other districts. Thank you.
I like that one of our teachers was at a workshop and saw it, you know what I mean? And then, so I appreciate Pam, you getting on that for Shannon. Okay. That's what we need a motion for.
Move to approve the purchase of Reading Horizons. Second.
Wade made the motion to approve the purchase of Reading Horizon. Lee seconded it. All those in favor? Motion carries. Okay, consideration of Kubota tractor purchase.
We have an opportunity that presented itself to purchase a surplus tractor from Area 30 Heavy Equipment Program, which will help shore up our heavy equipment needs here at South Putnam. This tractor, four-wheel drive, several accessories, and help us with our ice and snow clearing in the winter time, and also help with our mowing program. The equipment's been well maintained as part of the heavy equipment training program there, so they actually service it more than frequently than it needs to be. So we're just seeking approval of this. We got a tremendously good price, and just somebody that'll really help us out here in our maintenance department.
For maintenance?
Yeah.
Shared with anyone?
It'll be shared, yeah.
I move to approve the purchase of the Kubota tractor from Area 30.
Second.
Joe made the motion to approve the purchase of Kubota tractor from Area 30. Holly seconded it. All those in favor? Motion carries. Sorry, I keep forgetting you. 7E, consideration of Central Elementary parking lot bid opening delay.
At our last public work session, you approved the Central Elementary parking lot project to take place this summer, and then we had a bid opening date of June 15th. However, it's been found in the best interest of the school corporation to delay the bid opening from the 15th to the 19th. Therefore, we are just seeking approval. It's a written resolution just delaying that bid opening to the 19th. Everything else proceed as normal.
Question? Motion?
I move to approve the resolution to change the bid opening date for the parking lot project 2023 from June 15th to June 19th.
Joe made the motion to approve the resolution to change the bid opening date for the parking lot project to 2023 from June 15th to June 19th. Wade seconded it. Any discussion? All those in favor? Motion carries. 7F, the added item. Consideration to explore the potential sale or lease of the Putnamville property owned by the school corporation.
So I'm not talking about bond issuance for once. Yay! So not too long ago, I was approached by an individual, the attorney who's working with what is now called Putnamville Church of Faith. Used to be Putnamville United Methodist Church. So that's probably what you're more familiar with. They had been on a long-term lease on that Putnamville property. They've been maintaining it. It's, from everything I've read, it's gone back 50 years. With the change of their name is a change of affiliation as well. So they would like to have someone from our board, basically, they'd like their authorization for them to speak with us, for there to be someone who can actually talk to them about details. There's an attorney on the other side, so we have to kind of check all those boxes. But they would like to talk about either assigning the lease to the new organization or maybe even selling it to the new organization. I know that now that they're not affiliated the same way that they were, they've got some new options that they can consider, and one of them is they'd like us to discuss the possibility of selling it to them outright. So very, very early stages, so I'd like there to be permission for the exploration of potentially leasing to the new entity or selling the Putnamville property.
Repercussions if we don't lease to them?
I mean, at the moment, it's been the long-term lease. They've basically been paying $1 a year, I believe, for about 50 years. It's not something the school has ever used for instruction or anything along those lines. Krista McClellan said because of that, we don't have to go through the bidding process with the charter schools or anything like that. So, I mean, essentially, if you chose not to assign the lease to them, I think we're looking at essentially taking back the property, having to maintain whatever's there, deciding what, if anything, you're
I
going to
just
do.
meant if negotiations don't go well and they back out, like where there's no legal repercussions if there weren't.
No, they're essentially they're on a month-to-month kind of lease at this point. The written one expired a long time ago. It's just kind of been a courtesy extension at this point. So yeah, I think we would have a certain amount of time. We'd have to give them a formal notice that we're canceling the lease, but yeah, we'll have a time frame in which we can get out if we need to.
So legally, right now, our step to even consider anything is to agree as the board or vote as a board whether we want to pursue it or not.
Right.
Right,
Yeah,
because
I need to know if you
we're
want to
not really
pursue it. If you
doing
say
anything
no, we
other
don't.
than saying we might if we.
Yeah, you're not committing to anything
to.
other than that you'll talk to them. So if you say you don't want me to, then I'll let them know. The board's not interested, but thank you for the inquiry.
So discussion or questions or.
I'll make a motion to approve the exploration of the potential sale of the Putnamville property, sale or lease by the school corporation.
Second.
Okay. So, Holly made the motion to explore the potential sale or lease of the Putnamville property owned by the school corporation, and Lee seconded it. Discussion? All those in favor?
Thank you.
Thank you, Stacy. 8, other business? No other business? Number 9, superintendent's report.
A lot of excitement at South Putnam right now, and there's a whole lot of stuff going on this summer. So I just want to give a brief update just so you're aware. Our roof project is making good progress. You can look up on the roof and see all the materials are up there. They're pounding away up there, trying to get it laid down. They had really good luck with the lack of rain. There's only been a few days of rain, so they've been able to get a lot of headway on that. Science teachers have started moving their stuff into their new labs, which is exciting. New locker rooms are almost ready for students and athletes and coaches, and it's an exciting time down there. The gym is super cool in the middle of June. It's amazing. We're in there at 2 o'clock this afternoon. It's fantastic. The parking lot sealing and relining, that process starts tomorrow. So they're actually on the west side, the west entrance. That'll be closed down, I think, for a couple days as they're taking up some of the old stuff and repaving some of that. And then they'll be working on the reseal and the lining over the next couple weeks, I believe. Week and a half, something like that. Parking lot project at Central, we're one step closer. We're waiting on those bids to come in and getting all that put together. I had a big meeting earlier this week regarding that. Interviews, sorry Debbie, interviews for the Fillmore Elementary position principal will begin next Tuesday. So we have a really good pool of candidates who have applied, so I'm excited for that. The summer sports, the camps and scrimmages, they're all in full swing. There's athletes all over the place. There's people all over this building throughout summer. It's great seeing kids active throughout summer. Staffing in all areas is going really well. We have very limited openings right now, and many are being potential fills already. So we're excited for that. Other than that, today is just another great day to be an Eagle. That's all I have for you.
Thank you. All right. If there's nothing else, we will adjourn. Our next regular school board meeting will be held on Wednesday, July 12th at 7 o'clock right here in the Media Center. Okay.
Thank you all.